Hello everybody, my name's Oliver, and in this video I'm going to show you how we fixed our gear shifter problems on our Brompton bicycles. We means my wife Helena and I. We are traveling the world with our bicycles and we recently switched to Brompton bicycles. We bought two brand new 2019 model Brompton bicycles, which we only took for a test ride before we flew directly to Bali, Indonesia. Everything worked perfectly until, without no changes, after about 2 or 3 weeks, gear shift problems occurred on both bikes at the same time. At first we thought it was a dirt problem due to sand and water, but it was quite strange that it happened on both bikes at the same time. So we started examining all the parts of the gear shifting mechanism at the rear end. After disassembling, cleaning and testing all the parts, we got pretty frustrated as the gear shifter problems were still present. After testing for several days and going through every little detail again and again, it was clear that the problems were not caused by the rear end. When our Brompton dealer couldn't help us at all with this problem, we did some more research on the internet and we finally found a Reddit post from another Brompton owner who had exactly the same problem also in Indonesia. We learned that the cause for the problems were the gear shifters in front, the only parts which we didn't examine before. It was all about the friction in the gear shifter housings. As we did not change anything, it seems like the sun has an impact on the gear shifters, which are completely made out of plastic. As we were driving every day to the beach to go surfing, our bikes were standing in the sun. Although this should not have any impact, this seems to be the only explanation for the increased friction in the gear shifters. Nothing else changed. Let me show you how we fixed the gear shifters. Unfortunately, we lost the footage from the disassembly of the Derailleur gear shifter, but it is basically the same procedure on both gear shifters. Begin with removing the screw from the shift lever and then the shift lever itself. Next, remove the two screws from the housing, which also attach the gear shifter to the bracket on the handlebar. Make sure to put the plastic shim aside. Finally, turn around the gear shifter and remove the little screw from the back of the housing. Now you can take off the top part of the gear shifter housing. This is how the hub gear shifter looks like, but let us continue with the Derailleur gear shifter first, which looks like this. After removing the ratchet pawl with its little spring, pull the ratchet off and find a safe place for the loose parts. Clean up the grease from the plastic parts. And then start sanding the inside of the ratchet. Start with a few sanding passes only and gradually work your way to the desired result. Be careful not to overdo this. When you're done, clean everything up, put the ratchet back on and test the movement. Repeat this procedure until the ratchet moves freely again. Now loop all the parts well enough and put them back together. Put the top plate back on, squeeze in the big spring and reassemble the gear shifter housing with the top part. Reattach the shift lever and give it some test switches. Put in the little screw on the back of the gear shifter housing. Screw the gear shifter housing together with the plastic shim back onto the bracket on the handlebar. The two screws must not exceed a force of 0.35 Nm according to the Brompton manual Otherwise, the shifting mechanism can get stuck as well due to too much friction. For the hub gear shifter, the procedure is basically the same. That ratchet is partly made from metal due to higher forces being applied, but the rest is still made from plastic, leading to similar problems as with the Derailleur gear shifter. After reassembling the rear end, do a final test. Now, the switching mechanism of the Derailleur gear shifter and the hub gear shifter should be working perfectly fine again. By the way, while we were in Singapore, we had the chance to speak with Will Butler-Adams, the CEO of Brompton, at the Brompton Junction store. He confirmed to us that Brompton is now aware of the problem. It seems to be a combination of temperature and humidity which causes the plastic material to expand. It only happens in certain countries, that's why Brompton did not test for that when they developed the new gear shifters. To provide a quick fix, the Brompton Junction store does exactly the same procedure we did to lower the friction and to get the gear shifters working again. That's it, thanks for watching, and I hope this video will help you saving a lot of time trying to fix your problems with the Brompton gear shifters.